Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Global Sassitude. And this is Pauline Teo. I'm your financial wellness mentor.
I'm Alicia Cable, and I help people, women, as beyond the midlife divorce.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shirley, and I'm a beauty business coach.
As you can see, the three of us, we are entrepreneurs and business women. And each and every one of us focus on different areas when it comes to businesses. And for me, it's in terms of financial and wellness. And I put them together is because I believe we need both money, financial, our wealth, and our health as well, wellness. So this is the reason why I'm now into financial wellness, and I've been mentoring especially ladies in terms of their businesses, because I used to own 2 listed companies, start up these companies, and after that bring them to listing status. And as business owners, we always know one thing. It's always about profits, because without profits, we can't use the additional money that we have generated to grow the businesses. So profits are really important. We definitely need to make sure that the business can generate profits. A lot of times we hear about this terminology called profits. I'm going to go into a little bit technical over here. For those who are really new to business, who doesn't know what's the difference between like a revenue and a profit is when you have your revenue, which is your income coming in, and you minus off all these expenses, and expenses can be a fixed cost, which is like your office rental and the salary. And there's also another type of expenses, which is what we call the variable ones, which can be things like, for example, the cost of goods and other types of stuff that as business grow, your expenses increases. So revenue minus expense will give you profits when there's an excess. So if your revenue is less than your expenses, you make a loss. So we do not want that. Now it's the end of the year and everybody is like wanting to make a profit. If you have not done so for the last 3 quarters, this last quarter definitely is where all the businesses will fight for the last quarter to make sure that they really can generate that profit. And this is the time where consumers will start to spend money because of Thanksgiving, Christmas, and other festivities. So we tend to spend a little bit more, right? And according to stats, actually, that's true also. So this is where you would ask yourself this question: what can I do to now plan out? And maybe I want to really make more money in November, December period. This is the time for you to really take action, execute them, and see how you can fine tune to make sure that you make your last bid and hit your sales target. So maybe, Shirley, I want to ask you, you are like so good with businesses, and I believe you have made lots of profits throughout the year. That you excel at helping women to turn their plans, actually the nail technicians, into profit. So from your unique perspective, what is the single most important area that a woman entrepreneur should focus on in Q4 to make sure that they can have the biggest impact into the bottom line in this Q4?
I actually love this question, Pauline, and I love this topic also. I like making myself stress a lot, I think, if I can say it like that. But sometimes, like, sell a product. I don't have the product. I don't have stock of the product. I will get the client's money and I will then deliver. What I'm trying to actually say, it's super important to have a scalable business. So you can't just have one business. You need to have multiple income streams, because first of all, product. Let's talk about the product. If you overbuy and you have too much product, then most probably you won't be making any profits off that product. So you can make huge profits off the product. But then again, you're not always 100% certain if anyone, or there's a lot of people that's going to buy that product. So avoid overbuying. So I like to sell a physical product, but then I also love to sell a digital product. So I love digital assets because that is a lot of profit, like a lot. And I love it because you put in the work. I work long hours. I will do videos. I will pre-record. And then I'll sell it. And I don't have to do anything. Like, people go into my membership and they rewatch those videos. And then now and then I just jump online and I just have a live with them. So digital assets is actually super important to me. But then trading your time for money, it's good. It's really good to offer the labor and the physical labor. But how much labor, how much physical work can you literally put in until you're burned out or so tired that you cannot do, anything anymore. So I like to balance it really nicely between the three, selling a physical product, selling my time, and then also having online assets. So it's important for anyone who's in business to really go and look at your business model. Is it a scalable business? And where is the most profits coming in? Because that's what I did. When I actually took a step back and I was going over my business model, I realized that online assets, that's where a lot of my profits, is. It's in my online assets. If I can give advice or motivate any entrepreneur, is to balance your business model with these three things. And that's what I do, is with physical labor, physically putting in the effort and working physically, but then selling a physical product also. And then the last one is digital assets, where you sell an online program or you do online coaching. Because I think for me, and I've always, most of my career, I was physically busy and I made a lot of money, but then I really depended on other people to also offer a service so that they can bring in the money, which is great. But then you have to give salaries, and there's a lot of overheads when you involve a lot of people. And then I sold the product because I thought, okay, when I'm selling the product, I'm not going to work physically. And then I realized, okay, there was a point that I overbought. I had too many products. Then you have to get rid of some product because it gets old and it's so stressful. Also where I learned to increase my prices. And you specifically niche it down to a certain market so that you don't have to cater for everyone, but you cater for a certain set of people and a certain amount of people. But then I realized, okay, but if I bring all of those together, I could have a really good balance. And if it's going short on the one end, the other end pulls me through. One of the things that I want to end off with, Pauline, what I normally say to people, especially if you have a physical product, don't overbuy. Do what I have done and, advertise it, market it, get the client's money, get people's money in and buy the product with those people's money. And then just make sure that you deliver and stay true to your word. And then the last thing, especially in times like this, I cannot stress this enough. It's when we see an incline. If your business is also in the peak season and in a silly season where you are really, really busy and you make a lot of profits, this is where you need to spend that money wisely and not go and use and have a good holiday, and you should spend it wisely. I normally say to people, because what I see happen, especially in the beauty industry, it goes well and then they buy products and they do all sorts of things, and then come winter month and then so many salons actually close because they've got no money and they've got no idea, what happened or why clients aren't booking in or why the revenue isn't the same or the income isn't the same as what it was. So use that money wisely, especially in months that there's a massive incline, so that can pull you through to the days that is quiet and where you're not as busy.
It is quite true, because what Shirley is emphasizing, seasonal business would mean at this particular period of time, like for example, especially in the retail business or beauty businesses or consumer business, like there will be peak times and there will be lull times. So right now, probably I would know that many of the retail and consumer markets, they earn most of their revenue and profits during this period. In fact, probably as high as 75% of their business comes from this period all the way leading up to probably slightly after the new year. So that is where we need to understand our business cycle. Every business cycle is different. So if your business cycle happens to be like only coming for the last quarter, this is where during the last 9 months, you have to really be prepared. Let's say if you're looking at inventory, so this is something which now a lot of people need to be very smart with regards to inventory, whether to stock up or not to stock up. And if you need to stock up, we do have this thing. Maybe I want to share with people about this concept called the cash conversion cycle. I'm an investor myself, and I used to own a financial education company where I teach my participants about investing. So apart from me running a business, I am also good at analyzing businesses, because we need to be able to analyze a business, knowing how to get into the stock, because we want to buy a stock that will rise, and how to know that the stock eventually would rise is where they make money and the valuation of the business goes up. So this is where I will take a look a lot in terms of their cash. Cash is king. cash flow, you might not have a profit yet in business. So this quarter, maybe if you say that I can't focus on profits right now, then focus on cash flow. You can get as much cash flow in this season as much as possible. And what I mean by the cash conversion cycle, the smartest way is what Shirley has done, which is collect the money from your customers first before you commit into developing it. And this is what I do too. When I start to develop a new program or a new product, I actually sell to my customers the idea first. I let them know they can put in a deposit. So, of course, you might say, but if I don't have a product, the customers are not going to pay. No, they will pay. They will pay if you are able to sell that value proposition to them. Remember, everyone would actually pay for what they really want to have. They might not pay for everything yet, but they will put in a deposit with you. So with that deposit, that actually covers your cost, and which would mean your risk becomes as low as possible, because this is where the customers have already paid you once you have developed the product and they decide not to have it. At least you do not make a loss. The cost of making it has already been covered. The next thing is, how about the customers? How do I protect their interest? This is what I always tell the customers. If I've collected a deposit from you and you are not satisfied or I can't deliver the product, it's in the contract, in the agreement, I would refund it to you. So this is where both parties have no loss. I do not like to run a business where I develop the product, like what Shirley says, stock up all the inventory, putting all my cash, and my cash turn into inventory. If your product is what we term as the non-perishable product, not too bad. But what if your products are perishable products that has a time frame to it, that you have to sell it off within a certain period of time? Then you have an unnecessary risk. So the smarter way is to have a low cash conversion cycle, and if possible, a negative cash conversion cycle. If you want to know how it actually works, feel free to go to paulinteo.com. You can always sign up for my 45 minutes free mentoring session where I will share with you more about how this works. And of course, as well as Shirley, we all have our own mentoring where we mentor the business women. Like for Shirley, she also mentors the nail technicians. So if you want to be a nail technician, you want to go into the beauty line, go and search out in our links below to Shirley to find out more how you can do a better job. Having a mentor, frankly speaking, is the best way for you to make sure that you can safeguard your business and have that purpose in terms of that clarity of that purpose, and that profits would then come naturally. How about Lisa? Lisa is empowering women to get more clarity in their lives, especially women who are going into a divorce. I want to ask you, Lisa, this question. It is a very tricky thing because, you are in a business where sometimes I would say, do you want to have more people having divorces? Because the more it is, which means you have more business. So I'm going to just ask you, how do you work out in terms of your profit margin? We are business owners. We want to make sure that we make as much money as possible. So how about you, Lisa? Do you have that struggle? Your business is a little bit different. How if any of the women are in this business whereby don't want more people to get divorced, but we want to have that counseling businesses, how do you juggle with that?
Okay, so research shows that globally, divorce is on the rise. This is have stabilized worldwide. Grey divorce, so divorce beyond the age of 50 is on the rise. 1 in 4 America in US, 1 in 4 divorces, grey divorce. Canada's not far behind. New Zealand's catching up. So if you think if I need clients, last year Australia Bureau of Statistics recorded 42,000 divorces in 2024, with the median age of women being 44, which means more than 50% are over. So I don't need to actually pursue people getting divorced. And for those that don't know, I'm a marriage celebrant, so I actually promote marriage. So if I go back to Shirley, she mentioned something before. That's what Richard Branson does. Richard Branson will promote his cruise ship and his airline before he has the airline and the cruise ship. So he sells it all. So as for my business, as you know, my clients have a 12-month program that they will go through, depending where they are with their divorce. They'll go through a 12-month program, but that's where I'm also getting all white label companies from a profit perspective and from people wanting to join my program and stay in it. They're going to have access to a whole range of services that women 50 plus, I mean, other ages can join as well, but the membership will include all services for women 50 plus. And then there'll also be, once people have gone through my program, as with all of the bigger like boot camps and things that people do, I'll be creating opportunities for them people to come back and be a coach, people that have gone through the program to coach other women. Because the divorce, they have looked at futurizing my business, and they do. It is anticipated that grey divorce will be at a high peak for about another 10 years, and then the next generation will be a bit different. I've got 10 years to think about how to tweak, because the next generation won't be seen as having a divorce, won't have as much impact on them, because of the view of divorce won't be as it is with baby boomers and the first lot of Gen X. So have that kind of answered your question with how I view things, but also the customer journey I'm working on, and this is what people will need to do, like for profits. I'm working on my customer journey at the moment. I'm making sure that I do, as I said, about futurizing my business. But having a sound customer journey in place, I think is really important. So they can come into my program, and then if they want a larger program or a retreat, I'm doing retreats next year, which will be the same as what you both mentioned. I'll sell them before I actually do the retreat. So I'm going to make sure my customer journey is sound for women that have gone through a divorce, to then be really happy that they've created their next chapter and they can move on.
Thank you. This is the thing that we love when it comes to in terms of businesses. And for women who are looking at starting your entrepreneurship journey, I will highly encourage you to do so, especially right now. And now is the best time. I will tell you why it's the best time to start businesses during this period. Women now have more financial power, and we have this ability to really now decide for ourselves and really do something for ourselves. And the next thing, I think it's the best time to start business because of AI. This is the time where everybody is in a flux right now, because we do not know what AI is going to do to the world. A lot of people are either embracing it or fearful of it. AI is coming, and people are kind of like saying that a lot of jobs will be replaced. So this is where if you are really still in the jobs of, let's say, an employee mentality, frankly speaking, I think you really need to start to do something about it, because a lot of jobs will be replaced. Will it be your job? I'm not sure. Like what Shirley have said, have multiple sources of income, and that is going to help each and every one of us. So if you want to safeguard your own financial ability, this is the time for women, for us to step up. If you want any form of a mentorship, feel free to come to any one of us. We are here for you. Shirley, if you want to go into any beauty line, she's always here for you. Our link is below. For me, in terms of financial wellness, if you want to talk about investing, you want to talk about anything on wellness in keeping up your shape, or you want to talk to anything about entrepreneurship, feel free to go to paulinteo.com to sign up for my 45 free session, where I will give you that mentorship, and you will walk away with also the book that I've authored on value investing for women and Invest Like Buffett for parents. As well as for Lisa, she is not just here to support you if you are on the verge of divorce, but she is here to help you in terms of getting clarity in your life. As you have heard, there's going to be a retreat. Year end is one of the best time for you to go on your retreat, and you can do something for yourself. This is the time for a self-care, and sign up for retreats which you can gain more clarity and purpose in your life. And I believe it is going to help you in your businesses as well. Talk to any one of us. Go to the link below, and we are here to support you. Thank you very much for coming to this episode of Global Sassitude. Please like and subscribe and share if you find that this is really going to be helpful for all your other ladies friends, especially right now. This is not subjected to just for women, but also for anyone who wants to start entrepreneurship. And We hope to see you in our next episode. Thank you.
Bye.